Hey guys, I wanted to just check in with you, let you know how I'm doing. I have had kind of a rough time, honestly. I'm a little bit surprised it's been so rough. Pain-wise, I'm doing okay, but the nausea has been killer. So, you know, obviously, some people have this surgery, and if you missed it somehow, I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy, a weight loss surgery, where part of my stomach was cut off. So nausea is kind of expected, but I had dealt with nausea a lot before this and some stomach issues, and was hoping that this kind of helps. And I still am hoping that it helps. Hey girl! But I'm still just like 8 days out of surgery, so nausea is expected. Yesterday I was starting to feel better and was thinking, okay, well, I'm gonna start feeling better maybe. And then today I've just had nausea all day, like anything I drink, and they want to make sure that I'm keeping hydrated so I don't get dehydrated, because I'm still not really eating food. I'm just doing liquids. But it's been hard to drink at all today because I'm just so nauseous. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the phenomenon of being physically hungry versus being, thank you. Hopefully it'll all be worth it. Yeah, so being physically hungry versus being mentally hungry, it is crazy. I mean, I know that we've all thought about it before, like where we are doing something and our spouse says, hey, you want to get pizza tonight? Or we see a commercial for pizza, or we drive by a sign that says pizza and we weren't even thinking about pizza until that trigger, and now we're like, oh my gosh, I want pizza, I need pizza. That has nothing to do with what our body actually needs to survive. Like, we don't really ever need pizza to survive, unfortunately. But I know that you kind of notice that you weren't even really hungry until you saw something, or you ever go to the grocery store and you weren't necessarily hungry, but then once you get in there, you're like starving, and just things like that, where it's like your brain almost makes you think that you're hungry, or there's this like idea of being mentally hungry. So when you go through this surgery, it's funny because it's almost like they turn off your physical hunger, and my stomach right now is literally like not even open. It's just like swollen, maybe starting to open up a little bit, but out of surgery it's just completely swollen and healing. So I really couldn't eat anything if I wanted to, and physically I am not hungry, but that doesn't mean that mentally I'm not hungry. Mentally I'm like, oh, I want a cheeseburger, I want pizza, I want, and I have cravings, and I see something on TV especially, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that. Like, now the thought of actually trying to eat it, I know I couldn't physically do it. But it's just really mind-blowing to, you can think about these things, but when you think about it, whenever you know 100% that you're not physically hungry, but it's all in your mind, it's kind of crazy. So I'm really seeing too that like we really don't need a lot of food to get by, to survive on. You need water, and you obviously need some things throughout the day to survive, but you don't need pizza, and you don't need a ton of food. And y'all know that I like really have tried to eat healthy, and I for years have eaten pretty healthy, and I didn't really think of myself as being like an overeater or having a problem with even craving things so much. But I think going through this whole process, I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe I do. I mean, we all crave things, and it doesn't mean that we all give into those cravings, but this whole idea of like what we mentally crave and physically crave is kind of crazy. Even if your body is physically hungry and physically craving something, you can choose to give it things that's going to fuel your body better and be better for you, for your health, versus something that is like comforting. I know that I have gone to food for comfort, and it's weird too, because okay, so I'm literally in a place where I really can't eat food. So the way that has affected my life is insane. It's like, y'all know that I'm also single now, so that's funny. Like, not that I've really felt like going on a date, but it's like, if I wanted to go on a date, it's like, I don't even know where to, I can't go out to dinner. If we go to a movie, like, am I going to want popcorn? Are they going to be eating popcorn? Is it going to be weird that I'm not eating? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I have to have a conversation about my situation at this moment with somebody before I would go on a date. But my point is that food is such an important part of our lives, and just like intertwined with everything in our lives. Like, my mom came over to see me, and it's like she didn't want to eat anything, and I'm like, well, you can eat, you don't have to like sit there and not eat. But she felt bad, she didn't want to like eat in front of me. But we don't need food in our lives as much as it is in our lives, if that makes sense. It's like everything we do, it seems like there's food involved, especially when it comes to celebrating something. You celebrate anything, have any kind of get together, or even just go on a date with somebody or go see a friend. It's like there's always food. And I think sometimes, especially when I try to, eat healthier or lead a healthy lifestyle, it's easy to say, well, it's my birthday, so I'll have this, or it's so-and-so's birthday, or I just got to promote. It seems like there's always something that you can, celebrate, or, well, I had a bad day, so I'm going to have a piece of cake. That's something that I definitely have been guilty of. Like, well, I had a rough week, so I'll, comfort myself with this food. And so not being able to eat has really been like, again, blowing my mind on like, I can't do that. I can't, and even though I'm not hungry, I still want to do that. So it really kind of goes to show that we use food for so much more than just, sustenance. Food really should be for fueling our bodies to get through. And if you think about it like that, we don't need very much, and we should be putting the best kind of fuel into our bodies. But it's definitely hard, and, I've been on track where I've been super healthy, and I've been off track, and I've, been trying to get on track. So I've been kind of in all those different situations. But this is kind of taken it to a level for me mentally where I've realized that maybe I do, I guess, have more issues with food than I thought. And I think that, like, most of us do. And it's just crazy how much we, mentally go to food for comfort or for whatever reasons. Even just being bored. I am starting to go a little stir crazy because I'm still not working, because I still haven't felt good. I'm probably going to go back to work Monday. But just sitting here watching TV, like, I love popcorn. Popcorn's a big thing for me. And popcorn is very like, occupies you. It gives you something to do. So it's something that just kind of being bored here and sitting here watching TV, like I would love to have some popcorn, or something salty, crunchy. Oh my God, potato chips would be amazing. Like I still have all those cravings, and that's what's weird. And like, especially being nauseous and like not having something to like crunch for so long, I still want something like crunchy and salty. And so I know how hard it is to do this, and before I had been doing this with physical hunger as well, and a large stomach. So it's still hard, even having that physical hunger turned off basically, and having a teeny tiny stomach right now, because like I said, it's still kind of swollen and not even really open, and once it does open, it's a lot smaller than a normal stomach, but it's still hard. So it's just crazy. So I don't know, I guess that's just something to think about, and something that's kind of making me think a lot and blowing my mind, that it's difficult to kind of get past those mental cravings, and it takes a lot of effort. But I still think that if you want to start a diet, that a liquid diet would be a great way to kind of kick it off, and really trying to get those sugars out of your system, and kind of detoxing your body from sugar, because sugar is the worst. And if you drink water a lot, you're staying hydrated, you're keeping your body fueled in that way, and that also will make you feel full. So even if you have a full a normal sized stomach, I'm not able to drink that much water now, but if you drink just a ton of water and you have that regular stomach, that's really going to help you with whatever you're doing. But yeah, sugar-free popsicles have been keeping me going, because it's a little bit of like chewing and almost like eating something. I really haven't been able to do the Jell-O since surgery. I don't know, it's just I just haven't been able to do it. And broth normally I can do. Today was a rough day. I was just nauseous. This is not something that's easy. Again, it's not for the faint of heart. But I think it's definitely going to be worth it. And of course, if anybody has questions, just let me know, and I can always talk to you about the surgery if you think that would be something that you would want to do. But it's just really teaching me a lot too, and I think it'll be able to teach me a lot to kind of help with anybody that wants to diet and lose weight, even if you're just going at it without doing something like this. But yeah, water, and if you do a sugar-free liquid diet for a week or 2 weeks, I think that it would be really great for your system to kind of kick off a diet. And it's tough. I was thinking that after surgery it would be a lot easier than before surgery, and I don't know. It is in a way. Like I said, I'm really not physically hungry, but I still I feel like my mouth is so dry today too. I still crave stuff, and I still really have that mental craving for stuff. So I'm able to start pureed foods. I go to the doctor Friday. I don't know if I'll be able to after Friday, or if I'll have to wait till Tuesday. But, it's supposed to be 2 more weeks of liquid. So Tuesday would be 2 full weeks. Excuse me. Oh, that kind of hurt. But I will be able to have refried beans, mashed potatoes, unsweetened applesauce, low fat, small curd cottage cheese. And all those things sound absolutely amazing to me. It sounds like heaven. So I'm excited for that. Part of me is like still scared, like I don't want to start eating food, because what if, you know, I start like to, I don't know, I have that in my head, like that I'll like get out of control or something. But even when I start to eat those foods, I really shouldn't be able to eat a lot because of the surgery. It's like, it's really tough mentally to kind of wrap your head around this, because I guess it's going to take me a while to get used to, like, I keep thinking like it's just going to pop out and just be like a normal stomach, and I'm going to be hungry, you know, I'm going to be like physically hungry and be able to eat a ton. And in my mind, I want like an entire pizza. Like in my mind, I want to like go to Wendy's and get like a full, you know, meal, like French fries, hamburger, not really a soda, but a green tea maybe. In my mind, I like want to do that, and I want to like sit down and eat it. But like when I think of actually sitting down and eating it, like I know that I like couldn't physically do it. Maybe like a French fry if I like mushed it up in my mouth. But like I'm just like in my head, I keep thinking like it's just gonna bam and I'm gonna be able to eat that much, which shouldn't happen. And that's, I don't know, it's just hard to wrap my mind around it, I guess, that once I start eating foods, I should be getting like full really fast and like still not be physically hungry. But the mentally hungry thing, I don't know if that's like ever gonna go away, or if I'm just gonna have to, you know, get to a point where I feel like when I was on track before and I was really eating healthy and going to the gym and things, and I did, you know, a lot of water, a lot of shakes through the day, and you know, I had a pretty strict system on what I ate. I feel like I didn't crave bad food. You know, I feel like I really got to a point where I was like really, really healthy. I mean, occasionally I did, but it wasn't like all the time craving bad food. So maybe, you know, like in a month from now or something, I'll get to the point where I am kind of, you know, feeling healthier, feeling better, feeling like energy and good, and not really craving. I think that's part of the reason that I'm craving, because I'm not feeling well. I'm nauseous, and I'm, you know, have the dry mouth, and, you know, just not feeling well. So, but yeah, the mental stuff is insane, and that just really goes to prove what a huge part it is of any diet, you know, or trying to be healthy. So just kind of blabbing on about that, but hopefully that kind of helps other people realize that that's part of the battle. That's a huge part of the battle. Maybe, you know, arguably the most important part of losing weight is the mental aspect of it, and kind of dealing with those thoughts and those mental cravings for things. But I know, and I've, you know, proved it before, and hopefully here soon we'll see it, you know, if you can get away from sugar, and if you can get to a point where you are, where you are off the sugar, eating healthy, feeling energetic, feeling good, that you should kind of start to crave those things less, and really feel better, and do better with your healthy eating. So anyway, hope if any of you guys are dieting, you're doing well. Feel free to always you know, post your recipes or tips or tricks, or let us know what you're doing, and And I hope you all have a great Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? All right, bye.